Hey guys, I'm gonna do a video to go over and see how many movies that have been announced for the upcoming year so far. And while we're at it, I was gonna discuss if I was excited for them or not. So let's see what we can find. First one we see here is The Mandalorian and Grogu. The first Star Wars film since the rise of the Skywalker. I don't watch a lot of Star Wars movies. It's gonna be boring, not interested, I'm gonna be a little bored. Avengers Doomsday, that's coming out next year. It does sound exciting, but we're getting some new cast members. We're getting a little bit of the old cast, but some new actors. It's really hard to see movies continue without the old actors, especially when it comes to Marvel films. All the old superheroes that we know and love. Our man's not around. The actor for Black Panther passed, Stanley passed, and lots of other actors are quitting being their actual hero selves. It's going to be hard to see them continue off with new heroes. It's just not the same. Like, this is when movies were peak back then. Pure peak. But we'll see what we can do. At least we got Iron Man coming back, but as a Doom guy, not the actual Iron Man, because he still passed away. May he rest in peace, my favorite superhero. Toy Story 5, I really want to check it out because I know people say Toy Story 5 should not happen because it really did need to happen, and I have to agree with people. Even too many sequels can ruin a good franchise because how they're just doing them. Pointless stories and actors going away and, characters being useless and not useful like they were in the last films. I can see why people don't want that many sequels because they can ruin them. But when you got a plot with toys going against technology stuff, modern stuff, that really sounds exciting. Like, you just have to check that out. I've never seen any movies have that type of plot line where it takes place in modern stuff where people are just into iPhones and tablets and not toys anymore, because that is true. No one plays with toys anymore. Some of you may out there do. Even I got a whole bunch of toys and I still use them because, heck, I do them with my movies and stuff. You guys seen them. So yeah, this will be good. It may not be the best. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be the best. We all know that because people are still saying it didn't need to happen. So yeah. Another live action Disney movie, and it's going to be Moana. I want to check out the trailer first before I see the movie itself. Because since it's going to be a remake, they're going to remake it and add some stuff we never seen in the original because it's a remake. That's like saying we're remaking it because there's some stuff that we should have added in the original that could have made it better. And plus, it's Moana. But hey, at least we still got The Rock playing Maui himself. Just like he played the animated character, he's playing himself for the live action role. So that's a good sign. I hope they add... Well, what do I mean, I hope? I know they are. It's still Disney, and it's still Disney related. We're going to see all the same songs. We're going to hear You're Welcome. And they're going to put a live-action crab, the crab from the movie. So, just expect it to be another typical Disney live-action remake where it's going to see everything. Scary Movie 6, I've never seen any of the Scary Movies. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It's coming out on the same day as my birthday and my own movie itself. But hey, it's a Supergirl movie. It's all about Supergirl, not Superman. Aang the Last Airbender. Oh, Avatar the Last Airbender? I'm not a fan of Avatar. I don't watch that much anime, but I know it's going to be beautiful. Masters of the Universe. Don't know what that is. What is Masters of the Universe? It says in the description that it's going to be a reboot of the Mattel toys. Interesting. I gotta really get the toys to really know what's going on. Scream 7? Ghostface is back. That could be cool. Shrek 5. Now, I'm gonna just stop you right here. Lots of people are not sure about Shrek 5 because after seeing the new design of the characters, the movie's gonna be pure ugly. Well, the characters may be ugly, but we still need to know what the plot line is gonna be to see if it's gonna be made for a good story and not money. Because this is a good comeback to a franchise that ended back in the 2010s and is coming back around the 2020s. That is something. But yeah, it's good to see my boy Duncan, Puss in Boots, and the ogre that we all know and love to continue those adventures. We gotta see that. It's been a while. The Mummy? We're getting another Mummy film? Huh. I heard a lot about the Mummy films, but I never watched them because they look boring. The Odyssey. Some say this is going to be a good masterpiece, and I've seen a first look at it. It looks like something like a Trogan. It looks like a Trogan. If it's based on something, I don't know. I never really... Yeah, I don't know. I'll see the trailer when it comes out to tell you my opinion. It looks interesting and exciting. I don't know what that is. Untitled Ikajareno, whatever. 28 years later. Sounds like a horror movie. Oh, Pixar is making a new film, and it's Hoppers. It's going to be about a beaver, and I've seen the first looks at it. Finally, it's good to see Pixar making more movies about animals. Instead of making just human stuff, make some animal type of humor. Just like they did with Finding Nemo and Turning Red. Add some animals to your movies. You know, they used to make lots of animal movies, such as Ratatouille. That was an animal-based movie. Oh, it's good to see Pixar making more animal-type movies. It's been a while. This looks interesting, a movie. I hear it's going to have the same plot line as Turning Red because it's going to be about a human turning into a character, just like Turning Red when the girl was turning into that red panda. So, that should be cool. This is going to be another Turning Red, but the real question is, will it be good? Good. It's not going to make that much, but it's going to be good. Heartwarming. A typical Pixar movie where it's going to make you cry and learn some life lessons. Maybe beaver life lessons, since it's going to be about a beaver. That must be a king. Why do I feel like this king is going to be the villain? Hopefully not. But maybe Pixar has some ideas. Oh boy, here we go. The franchise that's supposed to be my favorite movie, which still is, Minions 3. They better not... See, if it's going to be about these guys, no. We've seen enough of them in Despicable Me 4. We don't need a Mega Minions movie. We've already seen these guys screw up everything in the fourth movie, which was hilarious. But if they're supposed to be superheroes, they need to act like supers. See, when it comes to Illumination and Despicable Me, they just make everything funny. I understand, like, that's the goal, but come on. And this better be made for good story plot. If it is going to be about the Mega Minions, which I'm hoping it's not, if it's going to be about Gru back in his childhood years, that should be a good plot. You should make Minions 3 all about going back to Gru's childhood years, just like the rise of Gru. Make it like that. Don't make it about the Mega Minions. When you got some storylines with Gru as a kid, there's some stories to tell because, you know, living life as a young villain, that's a story to tell. And if you want to make a Mega Minions movie, some people say, have our main trio, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, be superheroes. That's a good idea. Instead of making these guys again. Like, I hope this is being made for a good story. Because you know what? Being made because of a $5 billion record, that kind of sounds like it's being made for money and not creativity. We don't need that. Sequels should be made for good creativity and good story, not just for money. It's going to make money when people go see it. That's them spending their money with the tickets on seeing this film. That's how they're going to make money. Oh, it better be a good sequel. If it's not, you know, as soon as I see the trailer, it'll give me my thoughts. I'm still scared about it. I don't want this to be another Despicable Me 4 thing where it's going to have a quick story and they weren't trying to take their time and make a good story because they were just trying to get it out just to get the money on it. That's so stupid and annoying. I don't know what Project Hail Mary is. Oh yeah, the Cat in the Hat movie. I'm going to check this out, and at this point, I don't care what any of those other guys say. I don't care if it's going to be another terrible, I don't care. And besides, they shouldn't get their hopes on it so like that because it's going to be animated. It's not like it's going to be live action like that one live action one that everyone seems to just dislike. But I ended up liking it anyway because I seen it as a kid. I didn't like it, but now that I'm getting older and older and older and just rewatching it, it's just funny to me now. And we already know that it will not have that type of humor like the live action film. All the language and kind of adult sexy humor. Like, that's why people refuse to see another Cat in the Hat movie because it's going to be just like that live action one. I don't know what they were thinking when they were making it like that. Like, it's supposed to be a children's adaptation. Not like some adult humorous thing. That's not what the Cat in the Hat is. He's supposed to be a cat that comes over with a magical hat to have fun and make a mess and clean up after the end before mom's comes home to check on the two kids. I think it's going to be, it's not going to make a lot of money, you know that. It's not going to be it's not going to be an interesting story. It's going to be just like the book. It's just going to be the cat comes in, have some fun. At the end of the day, he cleans up and then he leaves. It's just going to be the same story that we all know and love, just different in its animated form, like the Lorax and the Grinch. An Exodus, I never seen Exodus, and I know it's going to be a horror movie. Oh man, please don't mess up the Mario movie. After seeing the first one was brilliant, but they was focusing too much on the Easter eggs and not the story itself. We need more of the storylines. You can add the Easter eggs, just don't let that just be the main focus. The Easter eggs are fine, just don't add too many of that. Just focus on the plot. We're supposed to be making it the story. You're supposed to be focusing on the story, not the Easter eggs. I feel like that's what the first movie was, just adding Easter eggs, amusing people. We're supposed to be focusing on the real action part. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. And I think you should make it longer and not a short movie. It should be longer so all the characters can get to do something and not feel useless. And the actor should get to say some cool stuff and not just sound all kiddie. It's something kids will understand and not adults. Like, come on. I'm not saying they should make it adult made. I think it should be for kids if kids are watching. But come on. We need illumination. You need to spice things up. It seems like, which they are, a studio for kids. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I want to check it out because as a Spider-Man fan, like everyone else, you got to check out more Spider-Man. An untitled DC movie. I don't know what that is. Oh, I guess that's it. Wait a minute. That's not it. We forgot to mention Ice Age 6. Oh, shoot. Coyote versus Acme? A Looney Tunes movie. Yeah, I'm down. I love Looney Tunes. And this movie was supposed to come out in 2023. I don't know why they had to put it off of being made and coming out. So ridiculous. But I heard it was because of Barbie. What does Barbie have to do with this? Warner Brothers has been with Looney Tunes for a long time. Barbie should have nothing to do with this coming off of hold. We've already talked about that movie. We've already mentioned Scream. The Bride, I don't know what that is. Seems like a marriage movie. I don't know what Virtually is. Last Friday. Oh, we're getting another Friday movie? I don't know if this is happening. It might just be a rumor. You know, a rumor. We've already mentioned Shrek 5. The characters look ugly, but the story should be good. Supergirl, we've already mentioned that. Toy Story 5, we mentioned. Yeah, we mentioned that. We mentioned Airbender. Narnia. Here's Ice Age 6. The plot is being kept under wraps. I don't know if this is the actual poster. I feel like people say this might be an AI-made poster. People say this might be an AI poster, but it can't be AI. It looks like the actual characters from the movie. So this has to be real. And if it is real, then this has to be the movie. See, it even has the Ice Age logo, and it has the release date. Now, about am I going to see it? I'm scared it might not be good. You know what? I'm starting to agree with people. What if this really is being made for money and not creativity? And especially because you know who got shut down. And Disney is being part of it. Like Disney, when you add Disney, they're going to make it heartwarming and sad instead of making it funny like all the other movies. This is why they say it's best for the real movie studio to be made these movies. That's why they say it's best for the actual movie studio to make these movies and not another company. Just like they did with Angry Birds. But the actual company who made the Angry Birds games are being part of the movie, so I can't blame them for that. But when it comes to Ice Age being made by Disney, don't mess it up. Sorry, like I was saying, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. But knowing how this is coming to be in existence, of course they're going to mess it up. Because people say it didn't really need to happen, which I agree. How many Ice Age do they want to do? We don't even know what the story's going to be like. And especially since this little fella has already ate his acorn, which was a sweet victory for all of us. We can stop worrying about him. So what? They're going to have him going back to chasing after that acorn? If this movie were to get any plot, it's going to be another world-ending catastrophe like the last films, since it takes place in the Ice Age. And they're gonna add new characters who don't even look that funny. They just look annoying. and the fact that it's coming out, made by Disney, I like that 20th Century Studios, or if you guys want to still call it 20th Century Fox, since they're going to be distributing the film, that's a relief. At least we know an Ice Age for being owned by Fox, but still no Blue Skies being part of it. So be prepared, or not be prepared, folks. Trust me, you're going to hate it. And I don't blame you guys if you're just going to say it's going to flop. You know it's going to flop because people probably, which they don't want to see another Ice Age. They think this franchise should have ended after the 4th one. I didn't even know they were going to make a 5th one until I seen the teaser 9 years ago. A Resident Evil film? I heard about the game. I never played the game, and I didn't know they were going to make a movie. But Mortal Kombat can be a thing for a movie, so why not this? An untitled Steven Spielberg ambulance film. I thought it was going to be an E.T. sequel, but nope. Probably something similar to E.T. Nah, I don't know what that is. We've already mentioned The Cat in the Hat. Scary Movie, we mentioned that. Mercy, I don't know what that is. I think we've seen that already. Nope, no mummies. Another Star Wars film? Oh, we probably mentioned that earlier today. We've already mentioned Mario. I think it's good that they should add the story to this. Look, the plot is being kept a secret. They wouldn't even announce anything during CinemaCon or Mario Day. Like, they trying to keep the plot a sequel. We already know it's not going to be that good. They're just going to focus on the darn Easter eggs and not the... Oh, you see what I'm talking about? Even if... Don't make it about these guys. We've already seen their debut in Despicable Me 4. We saw everything they did, and it didn't even feel... super. They didn't even feel mega. They just felt hilarious and chaotic. Don't make a movie about them. Bring back Kevin Stewart and Bob. Those are our mega minions. Kevin Stewart and Bob and Otto and Minnie Gru. Those are our goats. Clayface? Oh yeah, I heard they were making a Clayface movie. I think he's one of Batman's villains. I never really heard much about this villain except seeing him in the Lego Batman movie for a cameo. Yeah, I don't know much about Clayface, but how many of you out there would like to see a Clayface movie? How many we got here? Oh, we've already mentioned Hoppers. It does look good. Yep, an animal who loves technology, transform herself into a robotic beaver. And it looks just like Turning Red almost, because judging for the character designs, it looks like something out of Turning Red. And I do want to check it out. I just hope it doesn't make me cry. I don't want to cry to no more Pixar. Pixar is too emotional and life lesson made. Oh yeah, they are making another Jumanji movie. But it's not going to be the Jumanji like the old one. It's going to be with The Rock and Kevin Hart and all of them. Yeah, that Jumanji. I wonder what they're going to do this time with it. A Jordan Peele film. He has scary movies, I'm not going to lie. We've already mentioned 28 Years. Oh yeah! I want to see this movie. Do you guys want to know why? Because it's being made by Sony Animation. And they barely release any movies these days. It seems like their latest film has been Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse trilogy. And it's good to see them making new films instead of Spider-Verse like they did with Open Season and Surf's Up. Like, those were movies that they thought of. And it wasn't just Spider-Verse. So this movie could help them save their movie-making industry because they barely release anything now. Now it seems like they're only focusing on Spider-Verse because after the Emoji Movie, worst movie in the world, everyone claims. Which, that can't be the only movie worse in the world. I'm pretty sure there's other movies that could be terrible like that. They don't want to make another original again after the Emoji Movie. But it's good to support originals, especially if it's being made by studios who barely release anything in cinemas these days. So I'm going to check it out. And it's going to be about a basketballing goat. Sounds funny as heck. But still going to give it a try. It's like they say, like you guys be saying, support new ideas. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Don't know. Nope. Oh gosh, no. No. They milk this franchise too much. Too much merchandise. Too much airings every day on TV and not nothing else. No, man, get that away from me. No. No. I liked the show when it first came out, but ever since they kept milking it, like, I would prefer Bubble Guppies and Dora than this overused franchise. And I bet you it's just gonna be the same villain, that freaking guy in the purple who's obsessed with cats. I bet he's gonna be the villain again, which he is, because he's always been the main villain. Man, get that away from me. No, screw them. No, I'm tired. That franchise gets milked too much. Too much merchandise and too much airing on TV. I would prefer to see more Dora and Bubble Guppies and Blue's Clues. Not that. The Breadwinner. Like the Nickelodeon show Breadwinners? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what toxic is. Nope. Oh, that was it. Yeah, back to you guys. You better not be the worst. Well, guys, there you have it. That was my interview of what movies we were going to get next year. We'll get to the 2027 stuff later. And yes, everything I just said about those films are my opinions on what I think about them coming out. They better be good and not terrible, because back then movies were so peak. Now you look up, things are changing with movie history, and I don't like it. Like, we need to see good, pure cinema. Seems like the only thing we've gotten good was from Disney. It seems like Disney is the only studio who tries to make stuff good as heck, and the only movies that's making more money than any other studio. But thank you guys so much for joining my stream. What are you guys excited for? Please let me know.